So guys, Bob Arum says that Danny Garcia is not a real test for Terence Bud Crawford. He says Danny Garcia is not a test at all for Terence Bud Crawford. Now, many people will say, was Amir Khan a test for Terence Crawford on the weekend? You know, I thought stylistically the fight would be a great fight prior to the fight, but we realized that Amir Khan wasn't the fighter what we knew he was, or what the fighter he was. So the fight turned out to be fairly a bit of a dud. But Danny Garcia is a real test for Terence Crawford, because Danny Garcia still got it. He's still at his prime. He's still a great fighter. And the difference is between someone like Danny Garcia and probably Amir Khan is the fact that I think Danny Garcia has stayed focused. Even when he's taken his losses, he's been in the gym and he's had an active career. Whereas for Amir Khan, it's not been active. He's had 2 years out and then he'll have fight once. It's not been an active career. Whereas Danny Garcia's career has been active. This is why I believe he's a real threat to Terence Crawford. Also, Danny Garcia's got serious power, which it seems to me like Amir Khan doesn't have anymore at all. So I think Danny Garcia is a real fighter. I really rate Danny Garcia. He's actually grown on me, if I'm honest with you. I think he deserves the big fights. I think people look at Danny Garcia and overlook him. But I actually think Danny Garcia is not somebody that you should overlook. He's a special fighter, and he can really fight. I think he deserves a lot more credit than what he's actually got. But let's see whether, you know, Bob Arum puts in an offer for Danny Garcia to fight Terence Crawford. I know he did before. Will he increase that offer now? Will Danny Garcia take the money that Amir Khan took to fight Terence Crawford? But that's a great fight. I think that would be a great test for Terence Bud Crawford. I think that would be a fight that a lot of people would be interested in. They could sell that on pay-per-view, because I think you'd know that you've got two fighters at their best. And on the fight on the weekend, which was pay-per-view, which I actually think now they'll have to be careful about selling pay-per-views, because people would want the fight to be a legitimate pay-per-view because they wouldn't want another, you know, Khan Crawford type of fight, because that didn't really sit too well with the fans in America. They're not very happy at all. But Danny Garcia will bring the heat. He will bring the fire. He's a great fighter. I do think I would pick Terence Crawford to beat Danny Garcia. Terence Crawford's got a lot of skill, a lot of ability. He's got a lot of dimensions to him, and you can't really see a lot of guys beating Terence Bud Crawford right now. But Danny Garcia is somebody that, like I said, you cannot overlook. He's a serious talent, a serious fighter. But I do think Terence Crawford is something special. I think in Terence Crawford, we're probably seeing a Hall of Famer, one of the and potentially a future great. He's a special talent, and I do think it's going to take a lot to beat Terence Crawford. But in terms of Bob Arum saying that Danny Garcia is not a real test, I don't agree with him at all. I think Danny Garcia is a serious threat. You know, Danny Garcia can really upset Terence Crawford, because Danny Garcia's got serious power. He's intelligent in the ring. I think he's underrated boxing skills. But again, you have to make Terence Crawford a serious favourite. But again, Danny Garcia will bring a serious test to Terence Crawford. But I think it would be a great fight. I think it's a fight that should happen. Danny Garcia at the minute has got a lot of options. He's got the Pacquiao fight. He's got potential Thurman Porter rematches, and he's got Terence Crawford as well. And Garcia's already said that he'd be willing to fight Terence Crawford. So I think there's a fight that they should make. I think it's a great fight for both fighters. I think it makes sense for both fighters, but it's just whether PBC are willing to work with Al Heyman. Leave your thoughts, guys. I mean, PBC are willing to work with Bob Arum. But leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.